Dragonslayer is a play that follows two young women who find themselves reluctantly at a Renaissance festival for the weekend, and over the course of the weekend, the characters and the scenarios that they're role-playing within the festival start to blur with reality. I really wanted to talk about modern day dating through the lens of historical misogyny as well, and I thought, well, what better place to do that than a contemporary Renaissance festival.
Little Brother is about a Northern Irish woman called Bridget, whose brother has to move in with her after he attempts to set himself on fire. So the play follows the weeks, months, years after that initial act, as Bridget kind of promises to herself that this will never ever happen again. So it's kind of about that sibling relationship.
Driftwood begins with the arrival of Diamond in Port of Spain, Trinidad in 1956. He has had a long, hard journey to the capital where he hopes to meet the mother that abandoned him as a child. Once there, he becomes embroiled in a struggle for possession of Alma, the house that she lives in, which is owned by a British expat colonial representative. What inspired it originally still holds true internationally today. What is the fallout for personal and cultural identities in the wake of colonial experiences?
Grace, Maya, Jade and Naomi have been friends since school. Fast forward to 2024 and the clique is two down. Naomi is estranged and Jade is dead. Grace and Maya are still going strong. They think they've kind of dealt with the death of their friend Jade. Naomi comes back, they haven't heard from her for years, and she kind of appears and says, I think I can go back in time and stop Jade from dying and I need your help.
It's about a lot of things, there's a lot going on. Class and hoarding and fame and parenthood and sibling dynamics and the kind of wealth discrepancy of talking therapies. It's a lot, but it is told via just two siblings, Fern and Gabe, on a 15-kilometre walk.
We're kind of told that male violence is somehow inevitable. It's like the weather, there's nothing that anyone can do to stop it from happening. And at the same time, there's this obsession with trying to figure out, how could I avoid it happening to me? If you're a woman, how can I make sure this doesn't happen to me? I just wanted to write about it.
I kind of like it when things keep going and keep pushing further and further and further, and I feel like that kind of mirrors recovery or taking care of someone. There are no hard cut endings.
Of course, it takes on the style of the movies of the era that were so popular in Trinidad and Tobago. We've always been big moviegoers.
I wanted to explore the idea of grief being so strong that you could use it as a power and you could use it to change something.
I wanted to enter the Verity Bargate because I just love solo theatre. I think it does really cool stuff. This was the kind of place that was making the work that I found interesting and the kind of work that I found exciting.
I love the Soho. I think I like that stuff I see here feels polished and slick and professional, but it still feels ragged in the way that stuff should be. It feels alive. It doesn't feel like it's been had all its edges smoothed.
For me, as an emerging writer later in life, there are not many avenues to get one's work seen. And the accessibility of the Verity Bargate remit made me feel that this was something open even to me.
It was a real opportunity to dream big, I think, and I love a deadline as well. It's good to have a deadline, which is crazy. I mean, everyone on that panel is a legend.
Outstanding directors, writers, creatives are considering your writing in general. It just, the fact that they're reading it is kind of mad. It's mad, yeah.
And now knowing that it's gone through so many rounds of readers and it's made it even to the long list, that meant so much in terms of my confidence.
And also it's just amazing to be on a list with lots of writers who I've heard of and whose work I've read and who I think are really cool and who I really admire.
Formally, I've really tried to experiment and push myself out of my comfort zone with it. So to have that affirmed by being on the shortlist is just, it's amazing.
I don't really know how to put it into words. It's it's such a wonderful feeling.